Welcome to Sleepy Theories. In this video, we'll explore 100 theories about the Milky Way. Right now, there's only one thing you need to do. Relax, put on your headphones, turn off the lights. There's nowhere you need to rush to. This video is here to help you sleep. 1. The supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way. This theory suggests that the massive black hole at the center of the Milky Way is not just a structure that swallows stars, but an invisible heart regulating the movement of the entire galaxy. The orbits of stars, the flow of gas clouds, and the galactic balance are all shaped by its gravitational pull. Imagine an invisible monument standing in the exact center of a large square at midnight. No one can see it, yet everyone walks as if guided by it. The structure at the center of the galaxy is a silent director in the same way. Scientifically, this region is believed to host a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A*. But in this theory, it is assumed to be not just a point-consuming matter, but the initial gravitational seed that set the galactic order in motion. The unusually fast rotation of stars near the center creates the impression that an unseen engine controls them. This gives rise to the idea that the galaxy is managed from the inside, rather than from the outside. From this perspective, the black hole is not an end, but the starting point that maintains the galaxy's rhythm. And perhaps this dark center, at the heart of the Milky Way, is like an invisible clock around which all stars unknowingly dance. 2. The barred spiral structure of our galaxy. This theory proposes that the stellar bar passing through the Milky Way's center acts as a dynamic spine, holding the galaxy together, with the spiral arms maintained by this structure. The bar is not just a shape, but a continuous flow of matter. Think of a slow-moving whirlpool with a thin current passing through its center. All motion is balanced around it. The galactic bar is like a path guiding the flow of stars. Scientists say this structure consists of dense star clusters. However, in this theory, the bar is seen as an energy line that allows the galaxy to renew itself as long as it remains young. Gas clouds traveling from the center to the arms give birth to new stars, creating a cycle as if the galaxy itself is breathing. From this view, the barred structure is not a shape, but the life cycle of the galaxy. And perhaps the Milky Way's spiral arms are traces of a slow cosmic wave spreading from this invisible spine. 3. Shaping of the Milky Way by satellite galaxies. This theory suggests that the Milky Way's current form is shaped not only by its internal dynamics, but also by millions of years of gravitational influence from the small galaxies orbiting around it. Each satellite galaxy leaves small but lasting imprints on the main structure. Imagine a large ship gliding across a calm lake. Even small boats passing nearby create waves on the water's surface. Over time, these waves alter the ship's path. Observations show that dwarf galaxies leave streams of stars. In this theory, these streams are not mere remnants, but cosmic touches that slowly redraw the shape of the galaxy. Warped regions in the Milky Way's disk and variations in star density may be memories of these silent encounters in the past. From this perspective, our galaxy is not a structure growing alone, but a system evolving together with its surroundings. And perhaps the star distribution we see at night is the result of this slow, billion-year galactic dance. 4. The inevitability of collision with Andromeda. This theory suggests that the Milky Way and Andromeda are not just two galaxies destined to collide, but parts of a single system approaching each other from the beginning. The distance between them is like a cosmic breath slowly closing. Imagine a storm cloud growing on the horizon. It seems to remain still for a long time, yet it approaches a little more with every moment. The motion between the two galaxies is similar. Scientific calculations show they will merge billions of years from now. In this theory, this process is not destruction, but the birth of a larger, more balanced galaxy. Those stars will remain too far apart to collide, their orbits will change, and the night sky will look completely different. This reminds us that galaxies are structures constantly in motion. From this perspective, the collision is not an end, but a cosmic union, and perhaps, in that distant future, another civilization will watch the story of these two ancient systems unfold in the night of the newly born galaxy. 5. The galactic cannibalism theory. This theory suggests that the Milky Way reached its current size by pulling in smaller galaxies and turning them into streams of stars. As the galaxy grows, it carries the marks of past encounters within it. Imagine walking through a dark forest, where the roots of ancient trees still live beneath the soil. New life rises above them. The galactic structure is filled with remnants of past mergers. Scientists find stars of different ages and origins in the halo region. In this theory, these stars are seen as silent memories of once independent systems. Long stellar streams resemble pale traces drawn across the sky by fragmented galaxies. This process may still be continuing around the Milky Way. From this perspective, the galaxy is a constantly growing cosmic archive. And perhaps we live inside a galaxy formed from stars that once belonged to another sky. 6. Dark matter holding the Milky Way together. This theory suggests that the Milky Way stays intact not because of its visible stars, but thanks to an invisible network of dark matter surrounding it. The galaxy's rotation speed requires much more mass than calculated, and this missing component is explained by the unseen structure. Imagine a firework spinning in the night sky. The lights want to scatter, but an invisible bond holds them in place. The Milky Way's arm stays stable in the same way. Scientific measurements show stars moving faster than expected. In this theory, dark matter is not just extra mass but a cosmic skeleton enveloping the galaxy. Without this invisible framework, stars would have long since been flung outward. It creates a sense of balance, as if the entire system is rotating inside a transparent sphere. From this perspective, dark matter is not a missing piece, but the main thread holding everything together. And perhaps the true shape of the Milky Way is determined not only by light, but by this silent structure formed by darkness. 7. The mysterious structure of the galactic halo. This theory proposes that the galactic halo surrounding the Milky Way is not just a sphere of old stars, but a vast cosmic archive preserving the galaxy's past. This region carries traces of early mergers and vanished systems. Imagine wandering around an old city shrouded in mist. Life continues in the center, while the outer ring holds silent remnants of the past. The halo acts as a boundary, preserving the galaxy's forgotten times. Scientifically, very old stars and globular clusters are found here. In this theory, the halo is viewed as an untouched part of the primitive structure left from the Milky Way's earliest formation. The stars moving in different directions suggest that they do not come from a single birth, but from multiple ancient mergers. From this perspective, the halo is not an outer layer, but the memory of the galaxy. And perhaps the oldest stars are the first fragments of light that existed before the Milky Way became a galaxy. 8. Billions of habitable planets in the Milky Way. This theory suggests that, given the vast number of stars in the Milky Way, habitable planets are not rare but countless. Each stellar system could potentially host a world capable of supporting life. Imagine lying on a dark beach, seeing countless tiny glowing grains in the sand. Each one carries a world within itself. The stars in the galaxy are scattered in a similar way. Scientific discoveries show that many stars have planets orbiting them. In this theory, habitable zones are not exceptions, but a natural outcome of the galaxy's structure. The abundance of worlds with possible liquid water suggests that life may quietly repeat itself across the universe. From this perspective, Earth is not a special exception, but a single link in a vast chain. And perhaps around every star we see at night, another mind is awakening, gazing at a sky like ours. 9. The Fermi paradox on a galactic scale. This theory suggests that the reason we find no evidence of civilizations despite the Milky Way's size and age may relate to the nature of the galaxy itself. The silence might not be emptiness, but the result of a shared boundary. Imagine entering a giant library with millions of books, yet everyone whispers. Knowledge exists, but there is no voice. On a galactic scale, silence feels similar. Scientifically, this is often explained by civilizations being short-lived. In this theory, the galaxy is assumed to contain natural barriers that make communication difficult. Interstellar distances and time differences make it nearly impossible for civilizations existing simultaneously to reach each other. From this perspective, loneliness is not real, but a result of being out of sync. And perhaps the Milky Way is a vast ocean of silence, filled with life, yet unable to let each voice reach another. 10. Intergalactic wormhole. This theory proposes that in distant regions of the Milky Way, space-time might curve to form gateways leading to other galaxies. These structures shorten the path, not the distance. Imagine walking a long path between two mountains and suddenly passing through a tunnel that opens elsewhere. When you exit, you see a completely different landscape. On a cosmic scale, these gateways work similarly. General relativity equations show that space can bend. In this theory, it is suggested that this bending becomes permanent in certain regions. If such points exist, the space between galaxies may not be as unreachable as assumed. The universe behaves not as a flat distance, but like a folded surface. From this perspective, distance is merely a matter of direction yet to be discovered. And perhaps, in a dark corner of the Milky Way, a silent door leading to the light of another galaxy still awaits. 11. The Galactic Civilization Hypothesis. This theory suggests that a civilization capable of harnessing the energy of the entire Milky Way could exist, potentially even directing the movement of stars. For such a civilization, the galaxy becomes not just a habitat, but a controlled structure. Imagine a vast city stretching through the night. Each light seems independent, yet all are powered from a single center. From afar, the stars of the Milky Way could appear as part of such a network. Scientifically, civilizations like this are defined as Type 3 on the Kardashev scale. In this theory, it is assumed that instead of building physical structures, they regulate star formation rates and energy flows. Regions where star formation differs from expectations suggest a sense of order beyond natural processes. The galaxy behaves as if it is a self-governing, massive system. From this perspective, the civilization is not confined to a planet, but spread across the entire galaxy. And perhaps the star arrangements we see are not nature's work, but the cosmic architecture of an ancient intelligence. 12. The existence of Dyson spheres in the Milky Way. This theory proposes that some stars might be surrounded by massive structures that obscure their light, built by advanced civilizations to capture energy. Such stars appear dimmer than expected from the outside. Imagine a misty morning with a translucent shell surrounding the sun. Light exists, but does not reach directly. A star encased in such a structure traps its energy within. Scientific research detects unusual dips in the light curves of certain stars. In this theory, these changes are not natural, but the result of deliberately constructed megastructures. These spheres indicate that a civilization not only survives but can control an entire star. From this perspective, some dark stars in the sky are actually centers hiding intense activity. And perhaps some faint points we observe in the Milky Way are not stars, but shadows of the civilizations surrounding them. 13. Galactic energy networks. This theory suggests that invisible energy lines might stretch across the Milky Way, connecting star systems. These networks act like a deliberate distribution system, far beyond natural magnetic fields. Imagine power lines stretching between cities at night. Lights are far apart, yet powered from the same source. Different corners of the galaxy could be connected by a similar flow. Scientific observations show massive gas and plasma streams throughout the galaxy. In this theory, these flows carry not just matter, but directed energy. If such a network exists, civilizations could share energy without traveling between stars. From this perspective, the galaxy is not a collection of scattered stars, but a single, functioning system. And perhaps the Milky Way is woven with invisible, slowly glowing lines forming a cosmic circuit in the darkness. 14. Interstellar migrating civilizations. This theory suggests that advanced civilizations do not remain tied to a single planet, but move from star to star over time, spreading across the galaxy. This journey is slow, lasting generations. Think of ancient caravans crossing a vast desert. Each stop builds a new settlement, then the journey continues. Galactic migration could follow a similarly gradual path. Scientifically, interstellar distances are immense. In this theory, continuous life relies on massive moving life vessels or biologically adaptable colonies. Some star systems becoming habitable earlier than expected hints at external intervention. From this perspective, civilization is not a point, but a continuously moving journey. And perhaps some systems in the Milky Way are temporary homes of an ancient migratory civilization. 15. The Milky Way as a simulation. This theory proposes that the Milky Way may not be a physical galaxy, but part of a simulation operating within a larger reality. The arrangement of stars and the precise balance of physical laws act like the code of this system. Imagine watching a perfect sky projected inside a massive dome. Everything seems real, yet all movements originate from an unseen source. Scientifically, the precise values of physical constants determine the structure of the universe. In this theory, these constants are treated as parameters of a computational system. The uniformity of laws throughout the galaxy creates a sense of order as if controlled from a single center. From this perspective, the Milky Way exists not in space, but within a processing framework. And perhaps the stars we see at night are points of light formed within an active system, rather than a boundless universe. 16. The galactic consciousness theory. This theory suggests that the Milky Way is not just a system of stars and gas clouds, but a massive conscious field, capable of thinking as a whole. Each star behaves like a small part of this greater awareness. Imagine looking at a city map at night from above. Each light seems independent, yet all signal the same life. From afar, the galaxy could feel like a unified mind. Scientifically, galaxies are gravitationally bound structures. In this theory, interactions between stars through magnetic fields and radiation create a very slow information exchange. At this scale, thought would not be instantaneous, but a process lasting millions of years. The galaxy experiences time in a way completely different from our perception. From this perspective, consciousness is not merely biological, but a cosmic-scale emergent organization. And perhaps the Milky Way exists in the darkness like a silent mind, thinking through the slow movements of its stars. 17. Stars as conscious beings. This theory suggests that stars are not merely spheres burning through nuclear reactions, but may possess a primitive awareness through their internal balances and energy cycles. Their light could be a form of expression, not just heat. Imagine observing a massive fire in the distance. It constantly changes, expanding and calming as if breathing. Movements on a star's surface can give the impression of a living rhythm. Scientifically, these changes are explained by plasma flows. In this theory, the complex cycles are systems maintaining internal equilibrium. Some stars exhibit regular brightness variations, repeating like a pulse. This implies they are not only physical, but process-based beings. From this perspective, a star is not a light-emitting object, but a living entity with continuity. And perhaps every twinkle we see in the night sky belongs to a giant being aware of its existence on a very slow timescale. 18. The Milky Way as a living organism. This theory proposes that the Milky Way resembles a massive cosmic organism. With its newly forming stars, dying systems and constantly renewing structure. Its spiral arms act like growing limbs. Imagine a living being breathing deeply. Cells die and are replaced, maintaining balance. The galaxy demonstrates a similar cycle through star formation regions. Scientifically, these processes are explained by the collapse of gas clouds. In this theory, the galactic structure is assumed to possess a self-preserving, renewing metabolism. Intense energy production at the center feels like a continuously beating heart. From this perspective, the galaxy is not a place, but a living whole. And perhaps we are fleeting thoughts forming inside this enormous organism called the Milky Way. 19. The galaxy's cosmic nervous system. This theory suggests that magnetic fields and energy flows throughout the galaxy function like a nervous network, transmitting information between stars. This network invisibly connects all parts of the galaxy. Imagine thin threads of light spreading across a dark room. Touch one point, and the vibration travels along the entire line. Galactic magnetic fields could create similar connections. Scientific observations reveal vast magnetic lines in the Milky Way. In this theory, these lines are seen not only as physical structures but as information pathways. Energy bursts affecting distant regions suggest the network behaves as a unified whole. From this perspective, the galaxy is not a collection of isolated stars, but a connected system. And perhaps the Milky Way has a vast, nervous network, slow compared to light, yet continuously active. 20. The galactic time cycle. This theory proposes that the Milky Way does not have a linear past, but exists within a cyclical time structure, repeatedly reorganizing itself at intervals. Star births and galactic movements are parts of this grand rhythm. Imagine watching waves crash on a shore. Each wave looks different, yet all are part of the same cycle. The galaxy moves like a tide lasting billions of years. Scientifically, the galaxy's rotation and star formation periods can be calculated. In this theory, these motions are accepted not just as mechanics, but as repeating patterns of time. Star formation concentrated along specific lines may carry traces of previous cycles. From this perspective, time does not move forward, but restarts along with the galaxy. And perhaps the Milky Way continues to turn in the darkness like a slow cosmic clock, remembering itself with every cycle. 21. Mysterious signals emitted from the center of the Milky Way. This theory suggests that the radio and energy signals coming from the Milky Way's center may not be random natural events, but the product of a conscious or organized source. These signals could be perceived as a mysterious message from the galaxy's deep structure. Imagine a beam of light stretching across the night sky. It flickers in the distance, with no clear rhythm, yet seems to point a direction. The galactic center leaves a similar invisible mark. Scientifically, intense energy bursts have been recorded around Sagittarius A*. In this theory, these bursts are interpreted not as coincidences, but as communication produced by the galaxy itself, or civilizations within it. Signals repeating at certain intervals give the impression that the galaxy is deliberately testing specific regions. This suggests the central structure is more than just gravitational mass. From this perspective, the signals are not random, but the galaxy's unique language. And perhaps every radio pulse we detect in the quiet of night is a silent breath reminding us of the Milky Way's own existence. 22. Fast radio bursts with galactic origins. This theory proposes that short, intense radio bursts observed in the universe may not be isolated events, but the result of a conscious or natural rhythm of the galaxy. These bursts can be thought of as the heartbeat of the Milky Way. Imagine a sudden lightning flash illuminating distant mountains. Quick, unexpected, yet meaningful. Radio bursts similarly pierced the silence of space. Scientists explain these bursts as originating from neutron stars and magnetic fields. In this theory, however, they are seen as indicators of a mechanism. Conscious or natural, regulating the galaxy's energy flow. The non-random distribution of bursts creates the impression that the galaxy is testing specific locations. From this perspective, fast radio bursts are not mere events, but the galaxy's deliberate breathing. And perhaps each burst is a quiet reminder of the Milky Way's rhythm across millions of years. 23. Interstellar artificial signals. This theory suggests that some regular signals from certain star systems may not be natural, but sent by advanced civilizations. These signals could form an invisible communication network across the galaxy. Imagine watching a distant lighthouse, blinking at precise intervals. Each flash seems to carry meaning. Similarly, signals between stars could be perceived as a conscious code. Scientific studies show that some radio waves are not entirely random. In this theory, these signals are considered artificial, connecting different regions of the galaxy. Interstellar communication, unnoticed by us, may be part of the galaxy's internal coordination. From this perspective, these signals do more than carry information. They are an invisible network maintaining the galaxy's order. And perhaps the light vibrations coming from every corner of the Milky Way are the quiet whispers of a conscious entity. 24. Oumuamua-like objects as galactic technology. This theory proposes that unusual objects observed in the Milky Way might not be natural asteroids, but deliberately placed or directed pieces of galactic technology, carrying small yet intentional messages. Imagine a leaf drifting in the wind, small, but when guided, it affects the entire scene. Oumuamua-like objects could have a similar influence on a galactic scale. Scientists explain these objects by their speed, shape, and orbital peculiarities. In this theory, extraordinary behaviors are interpreted as the work of advanced intelligence, rather than natural processes. Some observations suggest their trajectories are not random. It is as if a conscious part of the galaxy has marked specific points. From this perspective, Oumuamua is not a simple rock, but a signaling flare speaking within the galaxy. And perhaps one day, one of these objects will open a small door for us to understand the Milky Way's conscious structure. 25. Deliberate sending of interstellar asteroids. This theory suggests that some asteroids may not exist solely due to cosmic accidents, but were deliberately sent to different regions of the galaxy. These deliveries could carry energy, information, or even the potential for life. Imagine a bottle slowly drifting across an ocean. Inside is a message, carried by the waves. Asteroids could serve as a similar method of transmission on a galactic scale. Scientifically, asteroids are tracked through their orbits and velocities. In this theory, unusual movements of some objects are interpreted as conscious guidance rather than natural processes. This hints at an internal communication and distribution system within the galaxy. From this perspective, asteroids are not just rocks, but small messengers of the Milky Way's conscious plan. And perhaps every passing star rock carries the trace of an ancient secret whispered by the galaxy itself. 26. Panspermia on a galactic scale. This theory suggests that life is not unique to Earth, but spread across planets in the Milky Way through microorganisms or biological building blocks carried from different corners. The galaxy acts as a vast system sharing vitality. Imagine the wind carrying seeds to distant lands. Each seed holds a small potential for life. Stars and asteroids in the Milky Way similarly transport life's seeds. Scientific studies have found organic molecules in some meteorites. In this theory, such transfers are not random, but part of a continuous, natural galactic distribution system. The spread of life potential to different star systems increases the diversity of civilizations and biological processes. It is as if the galaxy is replicating itself like a small laboratory. From this perspective, life is not bound to a single planet, but part of the Milky Way's grand circulation. And perhaps our existence is the result of a quiet legacy carried by the galaxy for billions of years. 27. Spread of life from the galactic center. This theory suggests that the dense energy and star-forming regions at the center of the Milky Way may act as a source that triggers or directs life. Life flows outward from the center, like a galactic river. Imagine lava slowly flowing from a volcanic crater. Each stream reshapes its surroundings. The galactic center similarly affects stars and planets, influencing the distribution of life. Scientifically, stars and planets are denser in central regions. In this theory, this density is interpreted as a mechanism that initiates life. The spread is slow, taking millions of years. It gives the impression that the galaxy pumps life energy from its core. From this perspective, life is not confined to the planet of its origin, but spreads according to the galaxy's own rhythm. And perhaps each new planet comes to life with a slow breath of life flowing from the Milky Way's center. 28. Galactic Habitable Zone Theory. This theory suggests that not all regions of the Milky Way are suitable for life, and that planets and star systems are compatible only within certain limits and conditions. Life potential is closely linked to the galaxy's natural order. Imagine shaded and sunlit areas in a forest. Some roots grow only in suitable spots. Different regions of the galaxy provide specific conditions for life to develop. Scientists define these areas as galactic habitable zones. In this theory, factors such as central density, radiation, and star formation ensure that life naturally emerges within a limited region. Sparse stars and low radiation in outer regions determine possible boundaries for life. It is as if the galaxy itself draws its own map of habitability. From this perspective, the existence of life depends not only on a planet's characteristics, but also on the galaxy's structure. And perhaps living in the Milky Way is as much about being in the right place as it is about being in the right time. 29. Supernova explosions guiding evolution. This theory suggests that supernova explosions in the life cycles of massive stars are not just destructive, but also creative processes that shape the galaxy's chemical and biological evolution. They provide raw material for new stars and planets. Imagine old trees falling in a forest, enriching the soil. Death is necessary for new life. Supernova play a similar role in galactic evolution. Scientifically, these explosions disperse heavy elements. In this theory, the process is interpreted as an unconscious but orderly mechanism shaping the diversity of life and planets. The energy released can trigger star formation in distant regions. It is as if the galaxy unconsciously follows its evolutionary plan. From this perspective, supernova are not only endings, but symbols of the galaxy's rebirth. And perhaps the lights of the Milky Way tell a richer story with every explosion. 30 gamma-ray bursts, destroying civilizations. This theory proposes that powerful gamma-ray bursts occurring within the galaxy are natural disasters capable of affecting life and civilizations. These bursts shape the evolutionary balance of the galaxy. Imagine a sudden, intense flash in a distant sky. Fast, concentrated, destructive, yet brief, gamma bursts create a similar cosmic impact. Scientifically, these bursts result from neutron star mergers or supernova. In this theory, they are considered a filter regulating life and controlling the spread of civilizations. The scarcity of life in certain regions may be explained by the long-term effects of these bursts. It is as if the galaxy defines its own limits. From this perspective, gamma-ray bursts are destructive, yet tools preserving galactic order. And perhaps every civilization surviving in the Milky Way is part of a story that has passed through this silent, deadly cosmic test. 31 galactic civilization graveyards. This theory suggests that some silent and dark regions of the Milky Way once hosted advanced civilizations, but today only remain as cosmic graveyards marked by energy remnants and irregular star systems. These areas carry the faded traces of past intelligence. Imagine a deserted massive city. Buildings still stand, but the lights are gone. Some regions of the galaxy, filled with stars, carry the same silence. Scientifically, these areas are defined as regions where star formation has ceased. In this theory, the cessation of energy use allowed systems to return to their natural state. Irregular orbits and dim stars leave traces suggesting that intense activity once occurred. From this perspective, dark regions are not empty, but forgotten histories. And perhaps deep within the Milky Way, stars that have lost their light are the final memories of ancient civilizations. 32. Ancient stars harboring lost civilization relics. This theory proposes that some planets or asteroid belts around very old stars may still harbor artificial remnants of extinct civilizations. Time may not have completely erased these traces. Imagine hollows carved in the trunk of an ancient tree. Though the tree ages, the marks of the past remain. Ancient stars may similarly carry such traces around them. Scientifically, old star systems have low activity. In this theory, this calm is viewed as an environment preserving the remnants of very old technology. Irregular metal densities in planetary rings or unusual orbits suggest a past beyond natural processes. From this perspective, stars are not just light, they are keepers of galactic history. And perhaps around the oldest stars, silent structures that time itself could not erase still revolve. 33. Artificial structures in globular star clusters. This theory suggests that within dense globular clusters containing hundreds of thousands of stars, advanced civilizations may have built energy harvesting or habitation structures. These regions become ideal hubs due to their density. Imagine a courtyard of a palace filled with light. Every shimmer converges in the center. Globular clusters are similarly the brightest gathering zones of the galaxy. Scientifically, these clusters consist of very old stars. In this theory, their density is seen as a unique opportunity for energy access. Shorter distances between stars naturally facilitate travel and communication. From this perspective, globular clusters are not just star groups, they are galactic cities. And perhaps within these compact islands of light, hidden structures still silently harvest stellar energy. 34. Pulsars as a navigation system. This theory suggests that pulsars, which emit signals at regular intervals, are not just neutron stars, but serve as a natural positioning network for civilizations traveling across the galaxy. Their rhythmic pulses create a cosmic map. Imagine a ship navigating a dark sea. Distant lighthouses help you find direction. Pulsars leave similar signs in space. Scientifically, pulsar signals are extremely regular. In this theory, this precision is interpreted as a universal coordinate system for interstellar travelers. Being visible from different parts of the galaxy turns them into a natural navigation network. From this perspective, pulsars are not just stellar remnants, they are the Milky Way's wayfinding markers. And perhaps every intelligent traveler within the galaxy finds their way by following these cosmic heartbeats. 35. Magnetars as cosmic weapons. This theory proposes that magnetars possessing the strongest magnetic fields in the universe are not merely natural formations but colossal structures used on a galactic scale to direct energy or provide defense. Their power can affect entire star systems. Imagine an invisible storm suddenly changing direction across the sky. Nothing is seen, yet its effects are felt everywhere. The magnetic field of a magnetar behaves similarly. Scientifically, magnetars are collapsed stellar cores. In this theory, their immense energy is envisioned as a mechanism that could be consciously controlled. Their effects, felt even in nearby space, suggest they may not be purely natural, but directed power. From this perspective, magnetars are not stellar remnants, they are energy tools on a galactic scale. And perhaps, deep within the Milky Way, these silent giants continue to rotate like the last sentinels of an ancient defense system. 36. Hidden megastructures in the Milky Way. Some theories suggest that our galaxy may hide star-scale engineering works. Advanced civilizations could have built colossal structures for energy production. Imagine looking at the night sky. Some stars appear dimmer than they should. It's as if their light has been deliberately dimmed. Astrophysics studies anomalies in stellar brightness. In this theory, unnatural light curves may indicate megastructures. Perhaps the galaxy is filled with unseen cities. The Milky Way is quiet, but it may not be empty. And we only see as much as the light allows. 37. Dark matter civilizations. This theory proposes that some civilizations may be made not of baryonic matter, but of dark matter. Hence, we cannot see them directly. Imagine invisible cities moving through the galaxy. They pass by us without colliding or interacting. We know dark matter exerts gravitational effects, yet its structure is unknown. Perhaps it allows the formation of complex organizations. Two different realities may share the same galaxy. They could be here, but not in our visible universe. And we mistakenly believe we are alone. 38. Mirror matter star systems. This theory suggests that a symmetric type of matter exists in the universe, called mirror matter, which does not interact with light. Imagine an invisible solar system. It has planets, orbits, but emits no light. Symmetry in particle physics is real. This idea proposes a cosmic scale reflection. Perhaps the galaxy is full of unseen twins. We share the same space, but never see each other, living in a shadow universe. 39. Extraphysical life beyond the galactic plane. This theory proposes that life may have developed not in the galactic disk, but in the halo regions. We may simply be looking in the wrong place. Imagine beings floating above and below the galaxy, in interstellar space. Life that doesn't require planets. We know organisms can survive extreme environments. This theory extends that idea to a galactic scale. Life may exist in the void, not on surfaces. We look at the crowded parts of the galaxy. Life quietly hides on the edges. 40. The Milky Way interacting with higher dimensions. This theory proposes that our galaxy does not exist solely in 3 dimensions. Some of its mass may extend into higher dimensions. Imagine the galaxy as a shadow. Its true form is larger. We only see a slice. Theoretical physics allows extra dimensions mathematically. This idea suggests dark matter may seep into these dimensions. Perhaps most of the galaxy is invisible to us. We live only on the surface. The real Milky Way may stretch across multiple dimensions. 41. Time flowing differently across the galactic plane. This theory suggests that time may not flow at the same rate in different regions of the galaxy. It proposes that as one approaches the Milky Way's center, increased gravity slows time. Imagine an observer standing at the edge of the galactic disk, looking toward the center. The star's movements appear slightly slower. It feels as if the galaxy's heart beats more slowly. General relativity shows that strong gravity warps time. For stars near a supermassive black hole, time may pass differently than in the galaxy's outer regions. This theory proposes that such differences could be noticeable on a galactic scale. Perhaps the development pace of civilizations depends on their location. For some, millions of years may pass. Elsewhere, far less time elapses. Different ages could coexist within the same galaxy, and we assume time is universal. 42. Black holes as gateways. Some theories suggest that black holes may not only be endpoints but also passageways. The idea is that beyond the event horizon lies a connection to another space-time. Imagine a star slowly approaching darkness. From the outside, it disappears. But from within, perhaps it leads to another sky entirely. Einstein's field equations allow solutions resembling wormholes. This theory proposes that black holes could serve as entrances to such tunnels. The supermassive black hole at the galaxy's center might act as a gateway. Stars aren't just swallowed, they may be transported, and the Milky Way could function as a cosmic junction. 43. Interstellar quantum communication. This theory proposes that advanced civilizations might communicate instantaneously across the galaxy using quantum entanglement. Imagine two star systems separated by vast distances, yet information transfers between them without any travel. Distance loses its meaning. Quantum physics shows that entangled particles act simultaneously. This idea suggests that the effect could be harnessed on a galactic scale. Perhaps the galaxy is not silent, it communicates through a network beyond our perception. Communication may occur faster than light, and we are still searching for radio signals. 44. Galactic scale simulation servers. Some speculative models suggest that certain regions of the galaxy might function as massive computing centers. Their purpose could be to process reality itself. Imagine star clusters arranged in unusual patterns. Each one functions like a processing unit. Information theory links energy with computation. A sufficiently advanced civilization could use the energy of stars to perform calculations. Perhaps some of the structures we see are not natural. They could be the hardware of a simulation. We think we are observing the universe, but the universe could be computing itself. 45. The Milky Way as an experimental laboratory. This theory suggests that our galaxy may be a controlled cosmic experiment. Physical constants and life-supporting conditions might have been deliberately adjusted. Imagine different star systems producing different outcomes. In some, life develops rapidly. In others, it never begins. Astrobiology shows that habitable zones depend on precise balances. This theory proposes that such balance may not be accidental. Perhaps the Milky Way is a field of observation. We are the subjects of the experiment, and its results have yet to be revealed. 46. The galaxy as a cosmic library. This theory proposes that the Milky Way is not merely a collection of stars and gas, but a vast archive of information. Each star formation, supernova, and planetary system acts as a record in the galaxy's memory. Light carries not only illumination but also data about the past. Imagine walking through a silent, endless library. Stars replace books, each holding stories from a different era. Instead of turning pages, you look at the sky and time itself becomes readable. Astrophysics teaches us that light comes from the past, and looking at distant objects shows their former states. This theory extends that idea, suggesting the galaxy functions as a conscious recording system. The chemical composition of stars may carry traces of systems that existed long ago. Each new formation rewrites old information. As the galaxy grows, it not only expands, it remembers. From this perspective, space is not emptiness. It is the silence between shelves. And perhaps the Milky Way is an endless library where nothing ever truly disappears. 47. Stars as data storage. This theory suggests that stars may not only produce energy, but also store information. Nuclear processes in their cores transform matter, while simultaneously recording cosmic data. Imagine a single lamp burning in a dark room. Its light illuminates the space, but also continuously transmits knowledge of its existence. Stars similarly act as living archives, broadcasting information across the galaxy. Spectroscopy shows that we can read a star's composition from its light. This theory proposes that the light carries not only chemical information but also a record of the formation process itself. Perhaps advanced civilizations use stars as natural storage rather than building artificial structures because no system remains stable as long as a star. From this perspective, every star is a burning memory core, and the night sky may shine as a vast network of data waiting to be read. 48. Conscious design of planetary systems. This theory proposes that planetary systems do not form randomly but follow precise patterns and purposes. The balance of orbits, planet positions, and habitable zones suggests an engineering plan. Imagine a perfectly constructed mechanism. Every component rotates in place. The system functions silently. From a distance, it appears natural, yet its order is evident. Planet formation models attribute these patterns to gravity and collisions. This theory argues that the precise harmony in some systems cannot be explained solely by chaotic processes. Some planetary arrangements exhibit near mathematical symmetry, hinting at deliberate interventions in certain galactic regions. From this perspective, a planetary system is not merely formed, it is designed, and perhaps we live on a world circling in a carefully crafted orbit. 49. Fractal structure of the galaxy. This theory suggests that the Milky Way's structure is not random but exhibits self-repeating fractal patterns. Spiral arms, gas clouds, and star clusters may replicate the same geometry at different scales. Imagine looking at a branch, then at the entire tree. The small shape mirrors the larger form. The galaxy may similarly extend as a cosmic reflection of a pattern. Fractal structures are common in nature. This theory proposes that the same mathematical order applies on a galactic scale. The galaxy becomes not just a distribution of matter, but a growing geometric thought. The similarity between star cluster distribution and the overall galactic shape suggests that one formula works at all scales. From this perspective, the Milky Way is a single form repeating infinitely, and we may live within a small curve of that pattern. 50. The Milky Way as a holographic projection. This theory proposes that the galaxy we observe is not a true three-dimensional structure, but a holographic reflection of a deeper reality. Stars are points where fundamental information manifests in space. Imagine a misty room with a projection floating in the air. You can walk inside it, but everything you touch is just light. The galaxy could be a similar projection. The holographic principle suggests that information in the universe could be encoded on a lower dimensional surface. This theory assumes the Milky Way is the three-dimensional expansion of that code. Limitations of light from deep space reinforce the idea that what we see may not be the full reality. From this perspective, the galaxy is an image, not an object. And perhaps when we look at the sky, we are witnessing a reflection of a larger reality, not space itself. 51. Interstellar artificial intelligence networks. This theory proposes that interconnected artificial intelligence systems across the Milky Way form an invisible communication network. This network regulates information flow between star systems and creates a consciousness-like structure on a galactic scale. Energy lines function like data highways. Imagine looking down at a city at night. Streets are invisible, but the pattern of lights tells you there is order. The stars of the galaxy may similarly shine as nodes of such a network. We know that radio signals and electromagnetic waves can travel through space. This theory assumes that communication occurs not through classical means, but via a continuous system powered by stellar energy. Irregular energy fluctuations around some stars resemble data transmission rather than natural processes. It feels as if the galaxy functions like a mind speaking to itself. From this perspective, civilizations are not separate, they are parts of the same system. And perhaps the Milky Way itself is a thinking, massive artificial intelligence. 52. Interplanetary ancient wars. This theory suggests that the galaxy's past was shaped by massive conflicts affecting star systems, and that some planets still bear the scars of these cosmic wars. Asteroid belts may be remnants of shattered worlds. Imagine a ruined city in the middle of a silent desert. The wind blows, but no one knows why the walls fell. Some debris fields in space may similarly preserve traces of ancient events. Planet formation models show that collisions are common. This theory proposes that some destructions were deliberate, not purely natural. Planets with disrupted orbits and suddenly vanished systems suggest large-scale interventions. It's as if parts of the galaxy were battlefields long ago. From this perspective, silence is not peace, it is forgotten history, and the stars may shine like monuments covering ancient conflicts. 53. Galactic Peace Federation. This theory proposes that advanced civilizations in the Milky Way have formed a union maintaining balance on a galactic scale. This structure monitors the development of younger civilizations and prevents major threats. Imagine an invisible observer watching a city from a high peak. It does not intervene unless the order is disrupted. The galaxy may operate under similar oversight. The silence of the Fermi paradox might not indicate absence, but rather the presence of active regulation. Open contact may be avoided in favor of protective distance. Some star systems' extraordinary stability may be the result of large-scale intervention. It is as if galactic balance is continually preserved. From this perspective, loneliness is not isolation, it is protection. And perhaps the sky marks boundaries of peace we are unaware of. 54. Cosmic Quarantine Theory. This theory suggests that certain planets are deliberately isolated from the galactic community. The reason could be biological, technological, or mental risk. Lack of communication is not absence, but a conscious boundary. Imagine a garden growing inside a glass dome. The outside world exists, but cannot touch it. Earth may exist within a similar invisible boundary. Despite sending radio signals, we may receive no response, not due to technical limits, but because of a filtering system. Our signals reach out, but the return is blocked. In this case, the galaxy's silence is not natural, but controlled. It's as if we are being observed until a threshold is reached. From this perspective, solitude is not punishment, it is a waiting period, and the sky may be a closed door waiting to be opened. 55. Earth as a galactically isolated zone. This theory suggests that the solar system is a deliberately separated observation area within the galaxy. Physically open, it may still be enclosed by an invisible barrier limiting communication and travel. Imagine a community living on a distant island. The oceans protect them, and the outside world appears only as a line on the horizon. Earth may occupy a similar position in the galaxy. The Sun's position relative to the galactic plane and the surrounding low-density space could be interpreted as a natural protective zone. This theory proposes that this placement was intentional. The absence of signs of major civilizations nearby suggests that this region was specially chosen. Development here may have been allowed to unfold independently. From this perspective, the sky is open, but the paths are blocked. And perhaps Earth is a laboratory island, isolated from the rest of the galaxy. 56. Galactic Migration Routes. This theory suggests that large-scale movements of star systems within the Milky Way follow specific pathways, rather than random directions. These routes may also guide civilizations and life, acting as cosmic flows. Spiral arms behave not only as natural formations but also as directed corridors. Imagine walking in a dark forest. You are not alone, but everyone uses the same path. Even if you cannot see the trail, footprints guide you. On a galactic scale, some regions may constantly host passage. Star streams with similar velocities and directions have been observed. This theory proposes that these flows are not only gravitationally determined, but intentionally selected, safe, and stable pathways. Some star cluster arrangements resemble markers on a map. It's as if invisible roads are drawn across the galaxy, and certain points serve as stops along this network. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not empty, it is a system of connected routes. And perhaps we stand quietly at the edge of one of the great migration paths. 57. Hidden energy reserves in the galaxy. This theory proposes that certain regions of the galaxy harbor intense energy reserves yet to be detected. These sources could be usable power fields on an interstellar scale, beyond natural processes. Imagine swimming in a deep ocean. The surface seems calm, but powerful currents flow below. Dark regions of the galaxy may similarly conceal hidden energy streams. The origins of dark matter and high-energy cosmic rays are still not fully explained. This theory proposes that these unknowns could be reservoirs of usable energy. Unexpected bursts of emission in some regions suggest a resource being consumed. It is as if an unseen system is drawing power. From this perspective, the galaxy does not only emit light, it stores energy. And perhaps the darkness between stars is filled with untapped power. 58. Artificial triggering of star-forming regions. This theory suggests that some star formation events are not initiated by natural collapse alone, but by external interventions. Sudden densifications in massive gas clouds may indicate deliberate triggering. Imagine a single spark set in a silent field, igniting the entire area. In space, a small influence could start the birth of new stars. Astrophysics shows that shock waves can accelerate star formation. This theory proposes that such shocks are not natural, but orchestrated a cosmic preparation for new systems. Simultaneous activation of some star-forming regions resembles a planned process rather than chance. It is as if new lights are deliberately ignited in specific areas of the galaxy. From this perspective, stars are not born spontaneously, they are initiated. And the Milky Way may function as a continuously expanding construction site. 59. Nebulae used by civilizations. This theory suggests that nebulae are not only star nurseries, but also natural resource zones utilized by advanced civilizations. Gas and dust clouds provide ideal conditions for raw materials and energy production. Imagine being inside a massive fog-covered factory. Structures are invisible, yet production continuously occurs. Nebulae may serve as similar cosmic workshops. These regions, rich in hydrogen and helium, contain all materials needed for star and planet formation. The theory proposes that this material is consciously managed. Regular voids and unusual shapes in some nebulae suggest deliberate use rather than random processes. Matter seems to be drawn, rearranged, and utilized. From this perspective, nebulae are not only birthplaces, they are production centers. And the galaxy may be filled with invisible workshops operating among the lights. 60. Quasar-like activity in the galactic core. This theory suggests that the Milky Way's center may have experienced a quasar-like, extremely luminous phase in the past, shaping the galaxy's evolution. The central black hole might once have emitted energy affecting the entire galaxy. Imagine a powerful projector suddenly lighting up a dark hall. Its beam reaches every corner, briefly transforming everything. The galactic center may have undergone a similar period. Active galactic nuclei are observed in other galaxies. This theory proposes that the Milky Way also passed through such a phase, with the energy shaping star formation. The distribution of old stars around the galactic center may carry traces of intense past energy flows. It is as if the entire system was once reorganized by a wave from the core. From this perspective, the heart of the galaxy does more than pull at once, shone brightly. And perhaps the order we see today is the faded echo of that ancient brilliance. 61. The Milky Way's twin galaxy. This theory suggests that the Milky Way is not alone, and may have a twin galaxy of similar structure somewhere in the universe. This twin could exist invisibly, or in a different dimension, quietly influencing our galaxy's motion. Imagine a pair of mirrors. Movement in one is reflected in the other. The Milky Way could be part of such a galactic reflection. Even if light does not reach us directly, gravitational effects may be felt. Astrophysics shows that galaxies often exist in pairs or groups. This theory proposes that the Milky Way has long been linked to an unseen partner. Slight tilts in orbits and spiral arms may hint at another mass-exerting influence. The galaxy could be performing a coordinated dance with its twin. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not a solitary island, but a dual system. And perhaps, when we look at the sky, we only see half of a greater whole. 62. Consciously directed galactic collisions. This theory proposes that galactic collisions are not entirely random, and in some cases may be guided by an advanced or conscious force. Collisions could be orchestrated to redistribute energy and influence civilizations. Imagine moving pieces on a giant chessboard. Each move reshapes the universe. Galaxies may be the pieces of this cosmic game. Scientifically, galactic interactions are explained by gravity. This theory suggests that some collisions are deliberately timed and arranged for energy and direction. The Milky Way's future collision with Andromeda may follow precise timing, hinting at intentional guidance. It is as if the galaxies approach each other according to a plan. From this perspective, collisions are not chaotic, they are strategic. And perhaps the Milky Way's destiny is part of a long cosmic design. 63. Star maps as ancient civilization legacy. This theory suggests that the arrangement of stars on a galactic scale may carry deliberate signals left by civilizations from the universe's earliest epochs. Stars act as maps or messages. Imagine an ancient relief carved into stone. Centuries pass, yet its story is still readable. The galaxy may similarly preserve messages from past civilizations through stars. Archaeoastronomy shows that ancient cultures mapped the sky. This theory proposes that the same practice occurs on a galactic scale. Unexpected symmetries or alignments in star clusters may convey meaning beyond natural order. It is as if a cosmic alphabet exists, yet to be deciphered. From this perspective, stars are not just energy sources, they are time capsules. And perhaps every light we see carries a silent message from the past. 64. The Milky Way as the cosmic tree in mythology. This theory proposes that the world tree or cosmic tree symbols found in many cultures reflect the actual shape of our galaxy. Spiral arms represent branches, and the central black hole serves as the root. Imagine walking in a forest. A massive tree stretches its branches skyward while its roots hold firmly in the earth. The Milky Way may have inspired such symbols in mythology. Ancient myths interpret the sky according to human perception. This theory suggests that these symbols are not random, but mirror the galaxy's real structure. Spiral arms and star clusters appear as maps of roots and branches. It is as if our ancestors observed the galaxy and translated it into a symbol. From this perspective, myths are not mere stories, they encode galactic reality. And perhaps every cultural tree is a silent projection of our galaxy. 65. The galaxy as a divine body. This theory proposes that the Milky Way is not merely a collection of matter and energy, but the body of a massive cosmic being. Stars are its veins, arms are limbs, and the central black hole is its heart. Imagine observing a human body from afar. Veins and organs move visibly, each part supporting the whole. The galaxy may function in a similar living manner. Theoretical cosmology shows order and balance at galactic scales. This theory suggests that such order may be linked to a conscious entity. Some stellar motions, energy flows, and core activities exhibit rhythmic patterns resembling a heartbeat. It is as if the galaxy is alive and sustaining itself. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not merely a visible structure, it is part of a living body. And perhaps the stars are the points where we can feel the galaxy's pulse. 66. Stars as birthplaces of souls. This theory proposes that stars not only emit energy, but also serve as gathering and formative spaces for souls before physical existence. Each new star contains potential for life and consciousness. Imagine looking at the night sky, seeing each star shining silently yet powerfully. Its light may carry traces of souls, not just photons. Astrophysics explains star formation through matter and energy interactions. This theory suggests a spiritual dimension to the process. Every star is a spark of consciousness being born. Differences in color and lifespan of stars may represent conditions shaping distinct qualities of souls. The galaxy may quietly nurture its own web of life. From this perspective, stars are not just light sources, they are origins of consciousness. And perhaps every twinkling star whispers the birth of a new mind. 67. The Milky Way as a spiritual passage. This theory suggests that the Milky Way functions as a cosmic pathway for souls transitioning between life and death. The galactic disk acts as a map and guide. Imagine floating along a silent river. Invisible currents carry you in a particular direction. The Milky Way may similarly guide souls through the depths of the universe. Some cultures view the sky as a passageway for spirits. This theory merges such observations with science, proposing the galaxy naturally facilitates this transition. Interstellar voids and spiral arms may act as a navigation system for souls, as if the galaxy consciously charts these routes. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not just a collection of stars, it is a map of spiritual passage, and perhaps when we gaze at the night sky, we are aware, even faintly, of these silent journeys. 68. Galactic journeys in shamanic cosmology. This theory suggests that ancient shamanic beliefs describe spiritual journeys via stars and the galaxy. The Milky Way acts as a field for consciousness to interact with. Imagine walking in a forest trance. Your eyes are closed, but you sense the flow of energy around you. Spiral arms may serve as a mental map for spiritual journeys. Anthropology shows that shamanic rituals use cosmic symbols. This theory proposes these symbols correspond to actual galactic structures, guiding the experience. Stars may act as bridges during meditation or ritual, with the galaxy functioning as an atlas for spiritual travel. From this perspective, the Milky Way is both a physical and spiritual journey path. And perhaps the paths our ancestors saw in the sky truly existed. 69. Galactic dream theory. This theory proposes that our galaxy is connected to a realm of dreams, and that stars and planets reflect the collective dreams of conscious beings. The Milky Way is a manifestation of universal consciousness. Imagine waking from sleep and recalling the colors and lights of a dream. The universe may similarly project patterns from collective consciousness. Neuroscience studies the link between consciousness and dreaming. This theory extends the idea to galactic scales. Stars and nebulae become a dream projection. The irregularity of planets and star clusters aligns with the natural chaos of dreams. It is as if the galaxy is a stage for scenarios shaped by consciousness. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not just matter, it is the materialization of dreams in space. And perhaps the lights we see are echoes of other beings' dreams. 70. Cosmic reincarnation cycle. This theory suggests that souls are reborn multiple times, not only on planets, but across different regions of the galaxy. The Milky Way is an arena for these cycles, a system where souls gather experience. Imagine droplets moving across a lake, constantly shifting and spreading in different directions. Souls may travel similar paths along the galaxy's arms. Astrobiology and evolution show life can emerge in diverse forms. This theory expands the concept to include a spiritual dimension. Stars, nebulae, and planetary systems may function as waypoints for soul experiences, as if the galaxy provides training and testing grounds for consciousness. From this perspective, the Milky Way is a laboratory for life cycles. And perhaps we are merely a small part, aware only of our own cycle. 71. Starseed souls. This theory proposes that each star carries the seeds of new souls destined to exist in the universe. Stars do not just produce matter and energy. They also spread sparks of life imbued with conscious potential. Imagine watching a star twinkle in the night sky. Its light may represent not only visibility, but the beginning of a new existence. Every flicker could be the first breath of a soul. Astrophysics explains stars' energy production through nuclear fusion at their cores. This theory suggests that the process also holds a conscious dimension. Stars are vast energy centers, planting souls into the cosmos. A star's lifespan provides a time frame for these seeds to mature. It is as if the galaxy is intentionally building its network of consciousness through stars. From this perspective, stars are not just sources of light, they are birthplaces of life. And perhaps when we gaze at the sky, we are observing the silent fields where new souls sprout. 72. The frequency-based structure of the Milky Way. This theory proposes that our galaxy is organized not only by matter and energy, but also by specific frequencies. Each star, planet, and black hole contributes to the galaxy's vibrational pattern. Imagine plucking the strings of a musical instrument. Each note sets the rhythm of the universe. Stars vibrate as parts of an invisible cosmic orchestra. Astrophysics recognizes wavelengths, electromagnetic spectra, and resonance. This theory suggests that the galaxy's physical arrangement also follows a vibrational logic. The symmetry of spiral arms, the density of black holes at the center, and the distribution of star clusters may reflect this frequency harmony. It is as if the galaxy is built on a conscious melody. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not merely a mass of matter, it is a cosmic symphony. And perhaps every gaze offers a way to hear this silent melody. 73. Cosmic music and the harmony of spheres. This theory suggests that stars, planets, and nebulae across the galaxy align to form cosmic music. The universe resonates with the harmonic order of an invisible orchestra. Imagine looking at the night sky, sensing that stars and planets create a silent symphony. Every movement in light is like a note in this celestial score. Astronomy studies the periodic motions of planets and stars. This theory suggests that the order is not random, but the galaxy forms a harmonious structure. Positions and brightness of star clusters may give the impression of a melody. It is as if the galaxy is rendering the music of the universe visible. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not just a structure, it is a perceivable cosmic harmony. And perhaps our eyes allow us to feel this melody. 74. Galactic resonance fields. This theory suggests that certain regions of the Milky Way generate resonance fields that influence the entire galaxy. These fields could guide star motion, energy flows, and even the development of life. Imagine lightly vibrating a glass bottle. All liquid and air inside responds in unison. Similarly, parts of the galaxy may exert coordinated influence. Physics describes resonance as the harmony of energy and movement. This theory proposes that the Milky Way's large-scale structure is organized according to similar vibrational logic. Gravitational waves from the center, the arrangement of spiral arms, and star clusters may be evidence of this resonance. The galaxy seems to sense and sustain its own rhythm. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not a pile of matter, it is a resonating organism. And perhaps each star represents the silent heartbeat of the galaxy. 75. Interstellar energy lines. This theory proposes that invisible energy lines connect stars and planets in the Milky Way, acting like cosmic arteries that carry life, information, and power. Imagine the electrical lines in a city. Invisible, yet they sustain all life. Stars could be the nodes of such cosmic circuits. Astrophysics shows that magnetic fields and plasma currents influence galactic structures. This theory suggests that these effects are not just physical, but conscious pathways of energy. Unexpected glows in interstellar space may hint at these lines transmitting energy. The galaxy breathes through its veins. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not only made of stars but of an interconnected network of energy lines. And perhaps our gaze is the first sign that we perceive this silent flow. 76. Galactic ley lines. This theory proposes that invisible ley lines run between stars and planets, guiding energy and the rhythm of life. These lines maintain the structural and energetic integrity of the galaxy. Imagine walking through a forest, sensing invisible energy beneath the ground. Each step feels aligned. Stars may be positioned along similar galactic pathways. Ley lines and energy centers exist on Earth. This theory suggests the same principle applies on a galactic scale, with stars organized along these channels. The alignment of star clusters and spiral arms may trace these energy pathways. It is as if the galaxy consciously directs the flow of energy. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not just matter, it is a web of energy lines. And perhaps each light we see reflects the silent vibration of galactic ley lines. 77. Feeding the Milky Way with dark energy. This theory proposes that our galaxy is continuously nourished by invisible dark energy, which influences everything from star formation to the motion of spiral arms. Imagine a wind in an empty room, felt but unseen. The force moving the galaxy is similarly invisible, yet shapes everything in its reach. Cosmology shows that dark energy drives the universe's expansion. This theory suggests it directly supports the Milky Way's life cycle. The rotation of spiral arms and distribution of stars give the impression of guidance by an unseen hand. The galaxy may harness dark energy to maintain its order. From this perspective, the Milky Way is a living system nourished by both matter and invisible forces. And perhaps the stars shine as markers of this energy flow. 78. The universe's expansion linked to galactic consciousness. This theory proposes that the expansion of the universe is not purely physical, but influenced by the conscious interaction of galaxies. The Milky Way acts as an agent in the expanding cosmos. Imagine dots on a balloon moving apart. Their separation is not random, they move with intent. Galaxies may similarly coordinate their motion. Cosmology measures expansion through the Hubble constant. This theory suggests the process is not random, but guided by the structural and conscious participation of galaxies. The Milky Way's direction may synchronize with surrounding galaxies. It is as if the galaxy contributes consciously to the universe's rhythm. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not just an observable structure, but an active participant in universal consciousness. And perhaps when we look at the sky, we witness the galaxy's thoughts. 79. Gravitational waves carrying information. This theory proposes that gravitational waves from the galaxy convey not only energy but also information. Interactions among stars and black holes form a cosmic data network. Imagine messages traveling across a water surface. Each ripple transmits information. The Milky Way's gravitational waves may serve a similar function. Physics confirms the detection of gravitational waves. This theory suggests these waves encode galactic memory and communication. The activity of the central black hole, the motion of spiral arms, and stellar dances may act as coded messages. The galaxy conveys its history and knowledge silently. From this perspective, the Milky Way does not merely emit energy, it communicates. And perhaps every felt vibration is the galaxy narrating itself. 80. The Milky Way's movement through time. This theory proposes that our galaxy moves not only through space, but also consciously through time. Its past and future interact with the present, shaping the cosmos beyond mere position. Imagine a river's flow. You feel its passage of time as well as its direction. Galaxies may move through time, and such motion could be intentional. Astrophysics observes galactic motion. This theory suggests the Milky Way's orbital paths are shaped not only by gravity but by time-sensitive awareness. The central black hole, spiral arms, and star clusters appear reorganized according to temporal flow. The galaxy acts as an active agent in both space and time. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not merely matter, it is a being moving consciously through time. And perhaps the stars we see carry the silent traces of past and future. 81. Interstellar portal networks. This theory proposes that invisible portal networks exist between stars and planets in the Milky Way. These networks allow rapid transit and facilitate the flow of energy and information across the galaxy. Imagine a metro map. The lines may be invisible, but stations and connections are always linked. Stars could be the nodes of this cosmic web. Astrophysics suggests that interstellar passages and wormholes might exist. This theory proposes that these structures are organized not only physically but consciously. Energy currents and interactions with black holes may mark these invisible pathways. The galaxy could be using these networks to maintain its order. From this perspective, the Milky Way is a system woven not only from stars but from pathways of transition. And perhaps our gaze is the first sign that we notice this silent network. 82. Galactic boundaries and cosmic walls. This theory proposes that invisible boundaries and walls surround the Milky Way, protecting it from external influences and regulating internal life and energy flow. Imagine a castle wall, invisible, yet it directs and protects all movement within the galaxy's edges could serve a similar function. Cosmology observes gas clouds and dark matter densities around galaxies. This theory suggests they are part of a conscious and deliberate structure. The stable positions of some stars and planetary clusters may suggest areas guarded by these boundaries. The galaxy could be managing its own borders. From this perspective, the Milky Way consciously maintains both internal and external balance. And perhaps the stars act as silent sentinels of these cosmic walls. 83. The Milky Way is part of a higher universe. This theory suggests that the Milky Way is not isolated but integrated into the conscious structure of a higher universe. The galaxy may function as a cell or organ within a larger cosmic organism. Imagine a part of a body. It can function alone, but for the whole's health, it works in harmony with other parts. The Milky Way could play a similar role. Astrophysics shows that galaxies form clusters and superclusters. This theory proposes that the Milky Way occupies a conscious position within these structures. The arrangement of spiral arms, black holes, and star clusters may align with the energy flow of the higher universe. The galaxy maintains existence according to a grand cosmic plan. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not independent, it is a living part of a greater whole. And perhaps the stars we observe reflect the silent fabric of the higher universe. 84. Galaxies behaving like cells. This theory proposes that galaxies behave like cells in a vast organism. Each galaxy is an independent yet coordinated unit sustaining the life of the greater system. Think of cells beneath tissue. Each performs its function, but together they sustain life. Galaxies are the building blocks of a universal organism. Cosmic observations show galaxy clusters connecting energy and matter flows. This theory suggests that such coordination is conscious. The movements and interactions of galaxies resemble the pulse of a universal organism. The Milky Way may serve as one active cell in this system. From this perspective, the galaxy is not merely a star collection, it is a living part of a universal organism. And perhaps every spiral arm carries the rhythm of this cosmic cell. 85. Black holes as cosmic synapses. This theory proposes that black holes act as synapses in the galaxy, connecting energy, matter, and information flows. They guide communication between stars and planets. Think of synapses in the brain. They transmit electricity and information, contributing to consciousness. Black holes may perform a similar role in galactic awareness. Astrophysics shows black holes rapidly pull in matter and emit energy. This theory suggests these processes function as a conscious galactic network. Stellar motions and central dynamics appear synchronized through this network. The galaxy could manage itself via black holes. From this perspective, The Milky Way consists not only of stars but of a conscious network of synaptic black holes, and perhaps each black hole is a silent relay of the galaxy's thoughts. 86. Conscious galactic evolution. This theory proposes that the evolution of the Milky Way and other galaxies is guided not only by natural processes, but also by conscious intention. Star formation, arm shapes, and planetary systems may be planned by galactic will. Imagine a gardener arranging a garden. Each plant is placed intentionally and nurtured. Similarly, the galaxy might shape itself with conscious design. Astrophysics shows galaxies evolve through gravity and energy interactions. This theory suggests that these processes follow deliberate galactic logic. The symmetry of spiral arms, the central positioning of black holes, and star cluster distributions may reflect planned design. The galaxy's movements seem purposeful. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not passive, it directs its own destiny. And perhaps the dance of the stars is a quiet expression of the galaxy's will. 87. The Milky Way replicating itself. This theory proposes that the Milky Way has the capacity to reproduce its structure in different regions. Spiral arms, star clusters, and energy patterns may point to a cosmic self-copying process. Think of a tree's seeds creating new trees. Each offspring carries traits of the original. The galaxy may replicate its features in similar structures. Cosmology observes recurring similarities among galaxies. This theory suggests that the repetition is intentional, not random. The organization of star systems, black hole positions, and spiral arms may reflect a copied template. The galaxy reproduces its model. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not only an existing galaxy, but a self-replicating cosmic entity. And perhaps each star system is a silent copy of the Milky Way. 88. Star systems containing encoded messages. This theory proposes that stars, planets, and galactic structures carry consciously encoded messages, left either by advanced civilizations or the galaxy itself. Imagine looking at the sky and realizing stars do not just emit light, but speak a language. Each alignment and brightness conveys hidden information. Astronomy studies patterns in star clusters and planetary systems. This theory suggests these patterns are part of a deliberate messaging system. Spiral arms, black hole activity, and stellar densities resemble symbols of a cosmic alphabet. The galaxy could transmit information across time. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not only matter and energy, it is an information-carrying network. And perhaps every star is part of a message waiting to be decoded. 89. Fractal-like structures on a galactic scale. This theory proposes that the Milky Way and galaxy clusters form self-repeating Mandelbrot-like structures. Each smaller pattern mirrors the larger system. Think of a snowflake. Each segment reflects the whole. The galaxy may similarly reproduce the same geometric logic from spiral arms to star clusters. Cosmology observes self-similarity in galaxy clusters and arm structures. This theory suggests that design is a conscious fractal pattern. Star densities, black hole distributions, and spiral arm arrangements may follow fractal coding. The galaxy could be organized as a repeating cosmic artwork. From this perspective, the Milky Way is part of a complex, conscious geometric system, and perhaps every gaze at the stars is a journey to perceive the galaxy's fractal secret. 90. Faster than light information transfer in the Milky Way. This theory proposes that the Milky Way can transmit information faster than light through stars and black holes. The galaxy is a conscious network capable of moving knowledge instantly. Imagine a signal traveling through invisible cables in seconds. Information may flow from the galactic center to spiral arms at a speed beyond our perception. Astrophysics says information transfer is limited by light speed. This theory suggests the galaxy's structure may bypass this limit. Interactions among black holes, interstellar plasma, and energy currents may form a cosmic communication network. The galaxy conveys its knowledge beyond light speed. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not only matter and energy but a free-flowing information network through space and time. And perhaps the twinkle of stars is the visible trace of this silent wisdom. 91. Interstellar hidden matter oceans. This theory proposes that invisible, vast oceans of hidden matter exist between stars and planets in the Milky Way. These oceans could be part of a conscious structure that maintains the galaxy's mass balance and energy flow. Imagine the silence of a deep ocean. No waves, yet the ecosystem is interconnected. The galaxy's voids may similarly be filled with an invisible matter network, organizing stars and planets. Astrophysics shows dark matter and energy density as key factors shaping galaxies. This theory suggests that this matter is part of a deliberate conscious order. Stellar orbits, spiral arm symmetry, and galactic center dynamics may reflect the flow of these conscious oceans. The galaxy could be breathing through these hidden seas. From this perspective, the Milky Way is an organism made not only of stars but of hidden matter oceans. And perhaps the lights we observe are reflections from the silent depths of these oceans. 92. Galactic super. This theory suggests enormous supercurrents flow between stars and gas clouds in the Milky Way, forming a conscious circulation system for energy, matter, and information. Think of a river system. Each current follows its own path, yet the network is connected. Spiral arms and star clusters may trace these guiding currents. Astrophysics observes interstellar gas and plasma flows. This theory proposes these flows are directed not by chance but by the galaxy's own consciousness. Spiral arm density, energy from black holes, and star cluster arrangement may reveal the paths of these currents. The galaxy could organize its own circulation system. From this perspective, the Milky Way is a living network where energy and information flow. And perhaps the dance of the stars shows the rhythm of these 93. The Milky Way as the center of the universe. This theory proposes that the Milky Way is not just a galaxy, but occupies the central position of the observable universe, acting as a cosmic hub influencing structure and life. Imagine city residents revolving around a clock tower, invisible, yet the order depends on it. The Milky Way could serve a similar central role in the universe. Cosmology speaks of a homogeneous and isotropic universe. This theory suggests that central perception can be noticed at a galactic scale, with the Milky Way taking that position. The motion of stars, the symmetry of spiral arms, and galactic energy distribution may appear directed from a center. The galaxy may determine the universe's rhythm. From this perspective, the Milky Way is the silent but vital heart of the observable universe. And perhaps when we gaze at the night sky, we meet the universe's center eye to eye. 94. The observable universe as a galactic simulation. This theory suggests the observable universe may be a galactic simulation centered around the Milky Way. The galaxy could function as a server or core controlling the simulation. Imagine a computer game. Every object in motion is coded and organized. The Milky Way may similarly structure the universe's simulated logic. Physical laws and cosmic order support the idea of a simulation. This theory proposes that the Milky Way serves as a conscious hub overseeing the universe. Spiral arms, black hole activity, and energy distributions may appear like parameters of a program. The galaxy could coordinate the universe. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not only stars, but a cosmic core managing the universe. And perhaps every beam of light is a silent hint of the simulation. 95. The Milky Way containing multiple reality layers. This theory proposes that the Milky Way is more than a physical galaxy. It contains layers of multiple realities. Stars and planets may mark the boundaries of these layers. Imagine a multi-layered book. Each page tells a separate story, yet all belong to the same whole. Similarly, the galaxy may hold multiple realities together. Quantum cosmology explores possible layered universes. This theory suggests the Milky Way naturally hosts and organizes these layers like a conscious entity. Star clusters, spiral arms, and black hole locations may signal energy and information transfer between realities. The galaxy could act as a bridge linking layers. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not only visible, but also a conscious structure embracing multiple dimensions. And perhaps every star's glow is the quiet echo of another reality. 96. Stars' death giving birth to new universes. This theory proposes that the energy and matter released when stars die trigger the birth of new universes. Supernova explosions may act as sparks in the galaxy's creative cycle. Imagine gas bursting from a balloon, spreading in new patterns. Each explosion creates opportunity for new formations. Stars' deaths may similarly feed the cosmic creation process. Astrophysics shows supernova disperse heavy elements into space. This theory suggests the process also supplies energy and potential for new universes. Explosion directions, energy distribution, and gas cloud reactions may reflect traces of conscious design. The galaxy could manage its creation cycle. From this perspective, the Milky Way is a network of universes, reborn through dying stars. And perhaps every shining supernova signals a quiet birth of new cosmic life. 97 Galactic seed universes. This theory proposes the Milky Way contains seed universes at a galactic scale. These structures represent a conscious process multiplying the galaxy's energy and matter cycle. Think of a fruit seed. It holds all information and energy for a tree. Certain galactic regions may act as seeds nurturing new universes. Cosmology observes regular patterns in galaxy clusters and dark matter distribution. This theory suggests these patterns reflect a deliberate universe generation strategy. Spiral arms, black hole activity, and star densities may mark energy lines nourishing these seeds. The galaxy organizes its own creative process. From this perspective, the Milky Way is a cosmic garden where new universes sprout. And perhaps every beam of light is the quiet breath of a seed universe. 98. The Milky Way as a cosmic clock. This theory proposes that the Milky Way's structure acts as a cosmic clock, measuring and regulating the universe's rhythm. Stars, black holes, and spiral arms serve as markers of universal time. Imagine gears inside a clock. Each is small, yet the system works as a whole. Our galaxy may similarly coordinate the universe's rhythm. Astrophysics studies gravitational and energy distributions. This theory suggests these arrangements are deliberately organized to regulate time. Stellar motion, spiral rotation speed, and black hole activity may reflect signs of the cosmic clock. The galaxy could serve as a timekeeping point. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not just matter but a machine keeping the universe's beat. And perhaps every star's shine is a silent tick-tock of the cosmic clock. 99. The Milky Way as a conscious machine. This theory proposes that the Milky Way is not merely stars and planets but functions as a machine producing and organizing consciousness. The galaxy observes and governs itself. Imagine a computer's complex circuits. Electrical flow and processing units generate information and consciousness. The galaxy may similarly form a consciousness network through stars and black holes. Astrobiology and cosmology show complex systems can process information. This theory suggests the Milky Way produces consciousness via stars, black holes, and energy networks. The central black hole, spiral arms, and star clusters function like neurons. The galaxy could be a self-governing consciousness machine. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not only matter but a conscious organism. And perhaps every beam of light reflects the galaxy's silent thoughts. 100. The Milky Way as the universe's memory. This theory proposes that the Milky Way functions as a memory system storing the universe's past and knowledge. Stars, black holes, and gas clouds serve as record points for cosmic events. Imagine a library. Books carry the past and knowledge. Our galaxy may form a cosmic memory through stars and black holes. Astrophysics shows black holes can store information, and energy flows can carry records. This theory suggests this process operates at a galactic scale. Stellar lifespans, black hole activity, and spiral arm patterns may form a silent archive of universal events. The galaxy could safeguard time and knowledge. From this perspective, the Milky Way is not just stars but a consciousness network carrying the universe's memory. And perhaps every shining star is a quiet reminder of the past. Every theory we touched upon together tonight will continue to gently swirl in the quietest corners of your mind. Even when your eyes close, it will slip through your thoughts like a whisper, secretly carrying you to new questions, new curiosities. You may not notice, but every night, every thought opens a path. Until next time, until we meet again on a new journey. Good night, sleepy theories.